2 games in, 2 games won for the Wisconsin Badgers at the Big Ten Tournament at the Verizon Center in our nation's capital. We'll take a look back at the Badgers' victories in the Friday quarterfinal game as well as the Saturday semifinal game. Also look back at some of the great moments through the years that the Badgers have enjoyed in this conference tournament. Have our weekly sit down with head coach Gard. All coming up today on the Badgers Sports Report.
Come back to Trice, feeds Alex Ilikanen left wing. Ilikanen holding, he'll throw to Showalter. Feeds Koenig, snaps off a 3, book it. Koenig splashes one from right of the circle, 31-24 Wisconsin. Rebound Morgan, gives off to Blackman. Bounce pass to Ron Davis, knocked away Showalter. Into the hands of Koenig on the push and a 2-on-2. Bronson slaloms to the offensive end, fans it out left wing to the corner for Trice. 4-3, got it. Demetric Trice from downtown, and the Badgers in transition. Left of the lane against Parton, a double from Lumpkin. Ethan gets it out of there to Koenig. Johnson high on the left against McIntosh. Throws to Half, puts it on the deck, off the left wing, spin move, baseline, reverse layup, good. Going left to right. Oh, sweet work by Ethan Half. 43-23, Wisconsin beats Lumpkin. Right of the paint, stop to the lane line, threw it away. Showalter taps it and steals it. Ahead to Trice, low on the left, one pump, got by 2, gives to Half, layup, good. The very definition of unselfish basketball, brought to you by the Wisconsin Badgers. Timeout, Northwestern.
It's a process, definitely. We're trying to become better. Our coaching staff and Coach Gard especially stresses to make sure you continue to play the game the right way. And I said that to the guys. You know, we had a 10 to 15 point lead, and I said, you know, now we've done the big things to get the league, you know, making threes and ones, etc. So in order to maintain and extend the lead, we have to continue to do the little things now, right? And I think we did a fairly good job of that. We got away from it a little bit throughout the second half, but for the most part, we've taken a step in the right direction of, you know, closing out games.
This is Wisconsin basketball. 10 seconds left in the half. They spread the floor. Koenig against Tate. 6 seconds. Koenig drives the lane. Up and in. Nigel Hayes from distance to the right side. They will return to the Final Four. They are standing here at the Kohl Center for Badgers head coach Gard. Showalter down the lane. Layup good.
The Badger Sports Report is brought to you by the Dairy Farm Families of Wisconsin, the Wisconsin Milk Marketing Board. By Hy-Vee, where there's a helpful smile in every aisle, Hy-Vee proudly supports the Wisconsin Badgers.
The 2016 Nissan Altima. An IIHS Top Safety Pick Plus. Forward emergency braking that could stop for you. Get to your local Nissan store today. Take on sudden stops. Get to Nissan, proud partner of the Wisconsin Badgers.
Go Badgers! At Quick Trip, we get to know our neighbors. It's nice, making sure you always have fresh buns from our bakery, a gallon of milk from our dairy, maybe even a pizza from our kitchen. We all deserve a treat now and then, and goodness knows, you deserve to be treated well. It's what we Midwesterners do.
For a limited time, pick up a pound of Nature's Touch butter for $2.99 or a dozen grade A large eggs for 99 cents. Quick Trip, proud sponsor of the Milwaukee Brewers.
See you next time.
This is what collaboration looks like. This is what happens when a cardiologist in Appleton works step in step with specialists at UW Health in Madison. You see, when Terry's condition required a second opinion, his doctor turned to the cardiothoracic team at UW Health. Together, we made sure Terry got the care and the heart transplant he needed. Powerful minds, compassionate care, amazing results. UW Health, remarkable.
Wisconsin. He's against Isaiah Brown in the lineup for Northwestern, and barrels in the lane, out of bounds, lost his balance. Loose ball picked up by Koenig, feeds Hayes left of the lane to Shoei, steps into the three, left side, Booker. Zach Showalter, his second hit from the three-point line. 22-13, Wisconsin.
Came out a few days ago, but it's certainly worth bringing up again. The Badgers well represented in the All-Big Ten teams. You have Zach Showalter and Ethan Happ, the part of the all-defensive team. Nigel Hayes earns third-team recognition. Bronson Koenig, second-team All-Big Ten, and sophomore Ethan Happ, a first-team All-Big Ten player. I guess, Greg, it makes sense. You have the year that you guys have had, which has been a very good one, and hopefully a little ways to go here, but the representation would be good, and it is. Let's start with the all-defensive team. You have talked from day one when you took over that it was going to start on the defensive end. Your players seem like they have bought into it.
They have, and it's a credit to them, and obviously a credit to our team to be able to be the top defensive team in the league, and then rightfully so have two of your better defensive players be honored to be named to that team. That just shows you, I think, what the other coaches and media in the league, the respect from the outside for those two, and then also for, those two aren't there if it's not for the other guys on the court with them. So it's really probably a tip of the cap even also to our team defensive effort and what we've been able to do. And
well represented. You have one player in the first, one in the second, one in the third. With Ethan, a sophomore, it's select company in Badger history. But as you said earlier in the week, as good as he is, he can still get a lot better, and he fully understands that.
He does. He's been hungry and really worked hard from day one. Obviously, he had a terrific baptism by fire his freshman year when he redshirted with having Frank Kaminsky to line up across from every day, and I think that really helped him. But obviously, as coaches, we have him under the microscope every day, so there's always things that we point out that he can get better at, and he takes that very well. He takes coaching well, so he's working hard at it, and I know he's excited about not only the rest of this year, but what this can hopefully transcend to into the future.
Clearly, fans right now of college basketball, the diehards and even the more casual ones, really lock in as Selection Sunday is upon us, and yet you look at the Badgers' history of the Big Ten tournament. This is the 20th year of the event, first time in D.C., and you've been a part of this, so many incredible games that sometimes get lost because of what follows, and right. We get it, but man, you think back of 2 years ago, just to draw one out, the overtime win against Michigan State. I don't know how you rate games, but I'm thinking that's probably on the short list of the best games you've been a part of?
There's been some classics, to put the best word you can on it. There's so much drama. Obviously, when it's an elimination standpoint, what that brings to the environment. But that game specifically, I don't know if you could, it was probably labeled us as close to dead in the water as you could possibly find. And then the rally that our guys made was phenomenal. And then to be able to shut Michigan State out in overtime and cap off that with the Big Ten Tournament Championship. But there's been so many. Go to 2008, Michael Flowers with the steal against Michigan State, Orlando Tucker with the bank shot to beat Iowa one year. There's just been so many photogenic moments of those tournaments, so much drama, and obviously the emotion that goes with it really stands out as time goes on.
Yeah, you mentioned examples of star power, a guy like Orlando Tucker and Michael Flowers, who became a star with what he could do on the defensive end. But it's like when you think, at least when I think of some of the greatest games or greatest plays in those games, they could be defense or hustle oriented. You mentioned Flowers, and in the game against Michigan State 2 years ago,
Josh Gosser,
right?
Saving the ball and throwing it behind his back. Yeah, that was I think that showed the willpower of that team, and obviously Josh was the catalyst of that group in terms of doing those type of plays. That play right there epitomized Josh Gosser in terms of what he meant to that team and to this program during his time here.
I don't think it's any great secret that these conference tournaments, they're good for television, it's good for promoting the game, there's certainly corporate value. But is there truth in it too, Greg? Your guys have been through, in Maui, where you're playing boom, 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 3 games, 3 days. But this at least gives these guys more of a taste of what it'll be like in the NCAA tournament. There's a structure. You're in an unfamiliar environment. You have the media commitments. Reporters are into the locker room, which is not the case during the regular season. Things like that, which might not seem like much for viewers, but it is different for players, and at least they get a taste of it now.
Yeah, that definitely helps them for what's coming the week following when you're in the NCAA tournament. But I think the main thing you keep in mind when you're in those postseason conference tournaments, you're playing for a championship. You're keeping score. You got to line them up and win 3 games in 3 days. There's a trophy at the end of it, and that's always been our phase 2. Goal 1 is to try to win the Big Ten regular season. Then we move on to quickly to a phase 2 or goal number 2, and you try to do that, and then you're on to the postseason with the NCAA tournament beyond that. So it helps in a lot of, it puts you in a must-win environment. And like you mentioned, it exposes you to all the other attention and media and those things that come with it.
It's a lot of fun, and to know that you're going to be knowing what's following. You mentioned the Big Ten tournament. This will be 19 straight years now that the Badgers have been in the NCAA tournament. I always tell myself, never take it for granted.
Right.
I mean, it's still hard to get in there.
It is. When you look at the elite company we've been able to be a part of, there's probably 4 or 5 of us now nationally have a string this long. And having grown up in the state, I saw a lot of years, Matt, where there weren't any Wisconsin Badgers in the NCAA tournament. So that's just a tribute to all the players and coaches and people that have had a hand in this over the last quarter century plus of building this program to where it is today, where you have that type of sustainability it's pretty special.
All right, and we will find out obviously later on Sunday where the Badgers are headed as they get ready for their 19th consecutive appearance in the NCAA tournament. Coach Gard returns in a few minutes with a great day and great question of the week as we roll on with the Badger Sports Report.
Maestros lead with confidence, exactness, inspiration. At GMC, we're in tune with that degree of precision. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the GMC Acadia. The next generation SUV has arrived.
Now get 1,000 Auto Show purchase bonus cash on a brand new 2017 GMC Acadia. GMC, we are professional grade.
Few Badger basketball players have left a more lasting impact on and off the court than Nigel Hayes, which was all part of the senior forward's plan.
I wanted to leave a legacy. I wanted to be remembered as, one of the better, if not greatest, Badger basketball player of all time on and off the court. One of the greatest classes to ever come through here. Most enjoyable, definitely on the court and off the court. And I think we've all but done that. We've done our fair share of wins on the court. We've definitely done our off the court shenanigans. I think we've done a good job of being well-rounded class. Our basketball success, the characters that we have in my class, hopefully, which is what I wanted to do, is leave as one of the best classes ever.
Hayes will leave Wisconsin as the only player to be ranked in the school's top 10 for points, rebounds, and assists. But numbers only tell part of the story.
The 3 billion moments I have with my classmates that came in, just watching some of my teammates, in particular, I'm gonna throw them under the bus, Vito and Bronson, just, hesitate talking to women because, they were it's great times, man, for great laughs. Of course, our basketball moments that we've done, our tournament runs, times in the hotel, times in the locker room, we just sit around for 3 hours after practice wasting more time. But brings me to a quote that Matt Ferris always tells me: if you're enjoying the time you're spending, you're not wasting it.
It's an inbound to Hayes, baseline left, Nigel the drive, goes up, knocked away, back up, and in! This game is tied at 60.
Our first 2 years, the team was pretty much the same, and then it's kind of like the first 2 was one team, second 2 years I was here was another team. So freshman year, we went on a losing streak after winning 16 in a row. We lost like 5 of 6 or 6 of 7. And that ended beautifully for us. And look at sophomore year where we felt like we were invincible, and we go all the way into the last game, so close to what we wanted to accomplish. Go back to last year, and it's like, who the hell are we? Like, what am I doing? Like, what is this? Why are we losing? And to end it the way we did, and then now we got this year again. We're senior year, and just bringing it all together and trying to, finally accomplish what you've wanted to, what you've been chasing since freshman year.
But it hasn't always been about jokes and jump shots. Hayes has learned to use his voice as an advocate for social justice.
That's the beauty, they say, of college, right? That's where you find yourselves. And I think I definitely did that. It plays into me leaving this university, knowing that what I've given to it and what I've tried to do, not only for myself, for the university, but to try and make this place, the world, a better place. So again, as far as paying athletes, which is something that, only it will affect me for the 4 years I'm here, but I can hopefully hope, and my voice will leave an impact where it can help, the next Nigel that will follow through at whatever college that he may go to. As far as Black Lives Matter. Again, knowing that I have to, use my platform that I'm given, definitely my social duty, responsibility to try and use it as best as I can. And I think that's, again, one of the beautiful things that we have with college, being able to find myself and do that. So, again, that ties back into what we were able to do, not only myself, but my class as guys on the court and off the court as well.
Athletics, activism, and antics. Each an important part of Hayes' legacy that Wisconsin players, students, staff, and fans will remember for a long time.
Wherever I go, I try to make sure that if I can do something to try and be remembered, so when I'm gone, long gone, and like, I remember, you guys remember when Nigel was here? The guys or other students here that went to college with me, they can maybe have a story they'll tell other people, like, oh, I went to school with that guy, or I was in class with that guy, or some of the other guys. Yeah, Nigel was on my team and we had a great time. So just hopefully I can, do things, put myself in a position, whether it's basketball success, which, I'm definitely working hard to get, or the off the court endeavors that I have, just leaving that overall legacy that, when I'm gone, there'll be a story to tell, and hopefully it'll be a great one.
This is Lexi Rush. She's 10, and she's amazing. You see, Lexi was born deaf and couldn't hear anything. That was until her doctor in Appleton referred her to the pediatric specialists at UW Health in Madison. Now, 2 operations later, Lexi can hear everything. Powerful minds, compassionate care, amazing results. UW Health, remarkable.
At Quick Trip, we get to know our neighbors. It's nice, making sure you always have fresh buns from our bakery, a gallon of milk from our dairy, maybe even a pizza from our kitchen. We all deserve a treat now and then, and goodness knows you deserve to be treated well. It's what we Midwesterners do.
For a limited time, pick up a pound of Nature's Touch butter for $2.99 or a dozen grade A large eggs for 99 cents. Quick Trip, proud sponsor of the Milwaukee Brewers.
See you next time.
The 2016 Nissan Altima. An IIHS Top Safety Pick Plus. With forward emergency braking that could stop for you. Get to your local Nissan store today. Take on sudden stops. Get to Nissan, proud partner of the Wisconsin Badgers.
Go Badgers!
Hi, this is Coach Greg Gard, inviting you to join the Badger Basketball Booster Club. As a member of the Booster Club, you will have the opportunity to participate in a variety of great events, including pregame chalk talks, golf outings, and an away game bus trip. The Boosters play a vital role in assisting our staff and student athletes through fundraising and sponsorship. For additional information on joining the club, please call 608-265-6161. There's no better way to show your support than to join the Badger Basketball Boosters.
Between classes, practices, studying, and games, the life of a college basketball player is a daily grind, which is why the Badgers have found an interesting way to unwind in their free time.
Zach was talking to me today before practice. He goes, I just can't wait to get home and play katana. We honestly play more than we probably should. Like, it's literally an addiction. I've got a count on my phone. It's me and Aaron and Zach, and then our other roommate who's a manager on the team, Jason. And we've played over 110 games recorded. And this is since school started this year. And we're thinking an average game's about an hour, including setup and cleanup. So we're thinking we've wasted approximately like 4 to 5 days so far on playing this game.
Settlers of Catan is a strategy-based board game that challenges players to build the best settlements before their opponents. But the friendly rivalry isn't always fair.
We literally have almost lost friendships because of the game. One time, me and Matt, I told him I wasn't going to do something, and we traded some cards, and then I did that thing, and he quit. He threw his cards on the ground, he got up and he went to his room and quit, and he didn't talk to me for, like 3 hours.
When we're making our walk down from the NJP down to the locker room, we're not very much talking about basketball. It's about, what happened here, what happened there. I live with Aaron and Zach, and we were talking about the board game we're going to play when we get home, after practice is done, obviously.
It depends on who's home, but I might show up at home at 8 o'clock tonight and the board will be set up, ready for us to play, and it's like, well, I should study, but it's set up, it's here. If we can get a quick game in, you know, it's just my study break is what we'll call it.
So between Maish, Ferris, and Showalter, who is the best settler of Catan?
I say this with a heavy heart, but Zach, you're the best player. You're the best settler of Catan. You're at the top of the leaderboard, man. We've all been chasing you. I'm coming for you. If you're listening, I'm coming for you.
They were starting to get mad that they were playing with me because I was winning at such a high rate. But yeah, I mean, it's a great game. I'll be humble in my victory, but sometimes I win more than I lose.
The strategy involved in the game isn't unlike the battle of X's and O's on the basketball court.
100% strategy in that game. You're always anticipating what the other guy's going to do, and I mean, I'm doing that on a nightly basis in the Big Ten. So I don't always draw the parallels while I'm playing it, but I guess when you look from the outside and kind of see what that game could maybe mean to you, it's very similar in that aspect.
I'm getting into the details, but you can build roads, and sometimes people cut off your roads. So like, say you build 3 roads going to the left, and someone cuts you off, you're like, darn, now you gotta start something over. And that's kind of the same thing. If you've got a play that doesn't work, or you got a move that doesn't work, you gotta say, okay, group it together, what's our next strategy? And be able to think of that strategy before the other person cuts it off to like see in the future. So
There's no phones or video screens involved in Catan, but finding enjoyment in an old school style board game is all part of the fun.
I think especially in today's generation when kids go home and sit on their phones for 7 hours straight at whatever they got. It's either spent in front of the TV or on their phone. And I think it's good for us to kind of just have friendly banter, or sometimes it's not always friendly, but it's good to just have those relationship building games and stuff like that to be able to do.
The last board game I played before this was like Sorry or Monopoly back in the day, maybe the Game of Life. And even I remember growing up starting to play the Game of Life on a video game. So it's kind of like that movement towards the video game. So it's kind of refreshing to be able to, you know, just sit down, put your phones away, and play a board game. You know, our parents are probably proud, like, yeah, they're playing a board game. That's, you know, that's cool. Maybe they'll start reading the newspaper again.
I just picked up the cake for the baby shower.
Yay! You know she's having a boy, right?
Oh boy.
Buick now has an SUV for that. Introducing the new Buick Encore.
I knew I could trust you guys with the cake.
Oh, no problem. That was close.
One of 3 luxury SUVs from the new Buick.
Auto Show Purchase Cash is back for a limited time. Get $1,000 on top of other offers on the 2017 Buick Encore.
Whether you're out there training for a big event or you're just trying to stay in shape, I have a bit of advice. It's important to remember that what happens after the workout is just as important as what happens during the workout. My advice? Be sure to refuel with low-fat chocolate milk. It has the perfect mixture of protein, carbs, and electrolytes to help you refuel, rehydrate, and build muscle. In Wisconsin, athletes win with low-fat chocolate milk. And you can too. To learn more, visit winwithchocolatemilk.com.
This is Lexi Rush. She's 10, and she's amazing. You see, Lexi was born deaf and couldn't hear anything. That was until her doctor in Appleton referred her to the pediatric specialists at UW Health in Madison. Now, 2 operations later, Lexi can hear everything. Powerful minds, compassionate care, amazing results. UW Health. Remarkable.
The 2016 Nissan Altima. An IIHS Top Safety Pick Plus. With forward emergency braking that could stop for you. Get to your local Nissan store today. Take on sudden stops. Get to Nissan, proud partner of the Wisconsin Badgers.
Go Badgers!
The Badger Sports Report is brought to you by the Dairy Farm Families of Wisconsin, the Wisconsin Milk Marketing Board. By UW Health, UW Health Sports Medicine, the healthcare team for the Badgers. Learn more at uwsportsmedicine.org.
Time for this week's Great Dane Great Question of the Week, and Sarah from La Crosse, always looking ahead. Coaches have to look ahead. They look into the now and they look into the future. And Greg, Sarah wants to know about the Hall of Fame Classic next November. Badgers are part of it.
Yeah, well, thanks for your question, Sarah. We get to play an exempt event every year, and this is the one we chose for 2017-18. We'll get 2 games here at home. Dates and opponents to be determined yet, but when we get to Kansas City, Baylor, Creighton, and UCLA will be the 3 other opponents. We don't know exactly who we get first, but we'll have 2 of those 3. I think November 20th and 21st are about that time. So we're looking forward to it. It'll be obviously a terrific competition, a place not too far from Wisconsin for Badger fans in the Midwest to get to, whether it's from here in the state or around the Midwest. Kansas City is not that far away, and hopefully see 2 really good games. And so we'll have a different team next year. So that'll be, the non-conference will be a great test for our younger guys to grow and see how we move along and improve before we start Big Ten play in late 2017.
There you go. So always thinking ahead. Badgers getting ready for the NCAA tournament, but already there's reason to look ahead to November. And whoever the Badgers draw, they'll be really good, as he mentioned. Creighton, UCLA, and Baylor, the other teams in that field, November 20th and 21st down in Kansas City. Sarah, thanks for your question. The Great Dane with the location up in Wausau, as well as 4 in the Madison area, east side of town, downtown, Fitchburg, as well as Hilldale. Want to especially thank the good folks at the Great Dane Hilldale. Great host again this season for the coaches' radio shows, including Coach Greg Gard's radio show. We thank you all. Look forward to doing it again next season. But there's still a lot of this season ahead as the Badgers get ready now for further action in postseason play, including the 19th consecutive trip to the NCAA tournament. Thanks for watching.
A pulse, felt by one, sends a ripple, felt by some, a shiver, felt by many, until it amplifies, magnifies into a tremor that electrifies. Badgers everywhere, moving as one, tilting the world on its axis.
Maestros lead with confidence, exactness, inspiration. At GMC, we're in tune with that degree of precision. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the GMC Acadia. The next generation SUV has arrived.
Now get 1,000 Auto Show purchase bonus cash on a brand new 2017 GMC Acadia. GMC, we are professional grade.